Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we will be looking at legitimacy of authority as an explanation of obedience which you need to know for AQA A-level psychology in the subtopic of social influence. I hope you enjoy this video and find it helpful. Let's get started. Legitimacy of authority is an explanation of obedience, which suggests that people are socialized from an early age initially by parents and then teachers later on to accept that a hierarchy of power exists within society and recognize their own and others' positions in this social hierarchy system, with authority figures having power in social situations because people are taught to trust them or because they have the power to punish them. For example, the police have power in regards to the law, doctors have power in regards to health and medicine, parents have power in regards to upbringing, well-being, discipline, values, and morals, and teachers have power in regards to education. The authority they have is legitimate in the sense that it is agreed upon by society, and this is accepted as it allows society to function smoothly. Milgram believed that there was generally a shared expectation that most situations would have an appropriate authority figure controlling the situation. Therefore, the person giving the orders must be perceived to have the level of social power needed to give orders within the context of that particular situation for them to be seen as a legitimate authority figure. However, a consequence of legitimacy of authority is that some people are granted the power to punish others, e.g., it is accepted that the police and courts have power to punish wrongdoers. Problems arise when legitimate authority becomes destructive. History has too often shown that charismatic and powerful leaders can use their legitimate powers for destructive purposes, ordering people to behave in ways that are callous, cruel, stupid, and dangerous. Destructive authority was very clearly shown in Milgram's study, when the experimenter used prods to order participants to behave in ways that went against their consciences. In Milgram's study, obedience was high at 65% when his shock experiment was conducted at the prestigious Yale University. When the setting was altered to an office in downtown New York, obedience dropped to 48%. The change of setting effectively reduced the perceived legitimacy of authority from the experimenter. It can also be reasonably assumed that the change of setting also influenced the degree of trust participants had towards the experimenter. Legitimacy of authority has several strengths and limitations. A strength of legitimacy of authority as an explanation of obedience is that it can explain cultural differences in obedience. Different people in different countries obey authority figures in different ways. Only 16% of Australians went to top voltage, Kilham and Mann 1874, and 85% of German participants went to top voltage, Mantell 1971. Authority is more likely to be accepted as legitimate in some cultures. This is a strength because it suggests that a person's view of the legitimacy of authority is taught in childhood, and different societies are structured and children raised to perceive authority figures in different ways. A strength of legitimacy of authority as an explanation of obedience is that it has real-life explanatory power. Kelman and Hamilton, 1989, suggest the My Lai massacre, Vietnam War, is explained by the power hierarchy of the U.S. Army. The Army has authority recognized by the U.S. government and the law. Soldiers assume orders given by the hierarchy to be legal, even orders to kill, rape, and destroy villages. This is a strength because it suggests that the legitimacy of authority holds significant explanatory power in understanding obedience in real-life scenarios. Kelman and Hamilton's, 1989, analysis of the My Lai massacre in the Vietnam War demonstrates how the authority structure within the U.S. Army influenced soldiers to view orders as legal, including commands to commit severe acts like killing, raping, and destroying villages. A strength of legitimacy of authority as an explanation of obedience is that there is supporting research. Tarnow, 2000, conducted a study into aviation accidents that had occurred. Using data from the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, a review of serious aircraft accidents in the U.S. between 1978 and 1990 was conducted using the flight voice recorder. This is the black box in aeroplanes, where flight crew actions had contributed to the crash. Tarnow found an excessive dependence on the captain's authority and expertise and said nothing, even when the crew noticed the captain taking a particularly risky approach. The NTSB report found such a lack of monitoring accounted for 19 out of the 37 accidents they investigated. This is a strength because it suggests that when individuals, particularly within a hierarchical structure like a flight crew, recognize the potential risks of unquestioningly following authority figures, it underscores the need for a balanced approach to leadership that values input from all team members. This awareness can lead to a more collaborative and safety-oriented environment where concerns are voiced and addressed constructively, ultimately contributing to improved decision-making processes and overall safety outcomes. A limitation of legitimacy of authority as an explanation of obedience is that it does not explain all disobedience. Legitimacy of authority does not explain obedience, or lack of, in a hierarchy in which legitimacy of authority is widely accepted. Rank and Jacobson's nurse study showed differences in obedience in nurses all working together under the same doctor. This is a limitation because it suggests that the presence of authority alone may not always guarantee uniform obedience or compliance within a hierarchical structure. The variations in obedience levels observed in the nurse study conducted by Rank and Jacobson emphasize that factors beyond just the legitimacy of authority play a role in determining individual responses to authority figures. This complexity underscores the need to consider individual differences and group dynamics in understanding obedience within organizational hierarchies. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Bye.